One Piece chapter 1092 was insane, and I got a crazy theory cooking for the end of the video, so stick around. But first, let's run through the chapter. So first off, we see Fleet Admiral Akainu absolutely cooking Robo Kuma, and after bro melts off the side of Kuma's big ol' metal noggin, Kuma escapes and launches himself off of Marijua, which is kinda weird because I personally assumed his last goal was to get revenge and defeat Im or the Gorosei. But then I remembered something. So Kuma is basically a science experiment, right? And he's possibly out for revenge against the Gorosei. Well, it just so happens one of the Gorosei who coincidentally governs science, aka Saint J. Garcia, isn't at Marijua at the moment and is fighting Luffy on Egghead. So my theory is Kuma's target is Saint J. Garcia, and because he didn't find him on Marijua, he's headed for Egghead. And speaking of Egghead, we finally get to see the long-awaited Luffy versus Kizaru fight that's been teased for like 20 chapters. And I'm not gonna lie, Luffy kinda manhandled Kizaru, literally. Like, look at this, bro. I cannot make this up. Luffy holding the Admiral like he's a chocolate chip cookie. Now, we're not gonna ignore the fact that Kizaru obliterated Frankie, Bonnie, and Gear 4 Luffy, but this chapter just proves even more that Gear 5 is a different beast. To be honest, I was kind of baiting a tiny bit in my recent reviews because there was no shot the Marines were defeating Luffy. He basically is being set up to win. Like, what were the Marines thinking with this lineup, bro? Some bum-ass vice admirals, a admiral, and an old dude versus a Yonko in his fleet. This is like the 2008 Detroit Lions going up against a Madden All-Star team. They had no chance. Another thing to think about plot-wise is Luffy has always done the opposite of his peers, and after seeing Law and Kid get defeated by two Yonkos, there was no chance Luffy was about to be taken down too. Another thing we need to talk about is the giant robot at the end of the chapter, and this is where my theory comes in. So the obvious conclusion of the robot waking up now after 200 years was the Drums of Liberation, aka Gear 5. But I got a question. Why didn't bro wake up when Luffy first used Gear 5 against Rob Lucci? He was on the island at that point as well, wasn't he? And my theory is that the robot runs on the energy made from the Sun Gods, aka Luffy's flame. Some more evidence for this is the Mother Flame that destroyed Lelouchia, and who created it? Well, none other than Vegapunk. And I think he could have gotten the original flame to power this great weapon from the body of this giant robot, especially since we know most of his creations are just him remaking Void Century technology. Now yes, this is definitely a stretch, but let's be real, all One Piece theories involve some stretch. The main character's power is literally stretching. Do not put this one on me. But you cannot deny there is something big going on with flames in the One Piece world. Even the former gods, aka the Lunarians, are made out of flames. But hey, that's it for this video. Let me know what you think of my wacky theories in the comments and how you felt about this chapter. Also, who you think winning, Luffy or Kizaru? Anyway, like the video, subscribe, appreciate y'all, deuces.